What's up, everybody? This is John with Archer Film. So I was going to review this movie when it came out in theaters because it literally was like in my top 2 or 3 for the whole year. This movie was astounding, but it is on Netflix now, so I encourage you to seek it out and watch it because it was literally one of the best movies that came out last year. It did win an Oscar for visual effects. I thought it could have won Best Picture, to be honest. This movie was so good. It just kind of it catches you off guard, you know. Number one, it's Godzilla -1. It was Japanese with subtitles. The writer-director also did the visual effects, which he won an Oscar for. And it starts out, I'm just going to tell you loosely the plot. I'm not going to get too much into it because I encourage you to watch it. I don't want to give anything away. But it starts with a kamikaze pilot at the end of World War II choosing not to kill himself. You know, he parks his plane on a little island. It gets attacked by Godzilla, and it creates this sort of the relationship that he's going to have with the monster throughout the course of it. Of course, there's amazing scenes. Godzilla attacking the city, Godzilla attacking ships, lots of ships going after him, planes hitting him, you know, just all these cool scenes. But they all feel real, they feel authentic, and they also feel sort of earned. You know, there's no just sort of mindless stuff going on. Now, the last few years, there have been a lot of Godzilla movies from Hollywood, and they're fun. You know, they're entertaining. I watch them. They're popcorn movies. But this thing blows them all away. It just feels more like an independent film on a bigger scale. The character and theme is so powerful, I was like brought to tears at the end. That's how good it is. And the themes are very deep, and they're very, I want to say progressive or modern, but it feels like an old school, like war movie. You know, it feels like it. Like, what does Godzilla represent as you're watching the movie? And you realize that he doesn't represent an enemy. He doesn't represent like the West or you know, another country. He represents war in general. And the idea of what it means to sacrifice yourself for the greater good is absolutely flipped on its head. This would be like the anti-Saving Private Ryan. You know, it is something that is absolutely amazing. And when you sort of get the sense of the theme by the end of it, you're just kind of blown away that the filmmaker was able to do this. The most important thing that this movie did was it focused on theme and meaning and really mining it for something rich and rewarding as you watch it. And a lot of Hollywood films lack that. That is always my biggest gripe as a filmmaker, as a writer, as someone who loves to see movies. If there's no meaning behind it and it just ends, it's just a set piece after set piece, or the theme is so juvenile, you know, good versus evil, then I'm completely bored. You know, the idea of this amazing art form, the greatest art form ever created, is you can really mine, you know, meaning in life. You know, give us something new and unique about a story. You know, you have Godzilla. It's been done a million times. You know, especially in the last few years, it's been done so many times. And yet this filmmaker found a very unique and interesting, engaging, and thoughtful way to tell the story. Now, visual effects aside, this is apex storytelling here. This is some of the best storytelling that came out last year of all the movies that I saw. Let's say I watched 400 movies last year. This is in the top 2 or 3 for storytelling. That's how good this is. You can take a story that's been told, you know, a genre that's done to death, like every year there's a Godzilla movie, and you can still turn it on its head by meaning. And Hollywood misses out on that. They think concept, uniqueness of the concept, originality, what they can make money on if it's pre-established IP, without thinking too much about the meaning of it. The meaning is highly important. It has to hit home. It has to hit you in the heart and the brain, and it has to be unique, a unique take on a subject. And Godzilla does that in spades, and that is why it was one of my favorite movies last year. This is a masterpiece. It is outstanding, and I encourage you to seek this out. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.